morning. I'm very patriotic today because at one point I was a soldier, which gives me the base privileges. So today I'm going to go to Robins Air Force Base and I'm going to the Museum of Aviation. It's free and it's located on the Air Force Base. And then I'm going to go to the commissary and then I'm going to go to the PX, which is their, well, I think it's a PX on the Air Force Base, the post exchange. I want to get some, like, see if they have any tactical gear or something. Anyway, so now I'm leaving Cracker Barrel. That was fantastic, except at 5 a.m. the big old delivery truck showed up, so that was fun. I was like, oh, I'm woken up by an idling 18-wheeler, which it's the reverb from the engine that actually, like, I can't sleep with that. I can sleep with everything else. I mean, that could be like, you know, I've had boyfriends that snore like they're snorting jello in a freight train in a wind tunnel. I can sleep fine. Snoring doesn't bother me. Babies crying, dogs barking, you know, traffic, noise, anything. But just that reverb of that, come on engine, okay. The reverb of the idling actually just, it bothers me for some reason. Always has. All right, here's the Museum of Aviation. There's no access to Robins Air Force Base and it doesn't open until 9. So I've got about 30 minutes. So I think what I will do is just quickly take a photo and then I'll go on base for a bit and come back. Actually, since I don't have to check in, I'm just gonna wait 20 minutes, I think, because it'll take me an hour just to get on base. I mean, the lines are pretty long right now. I think people are going to work. So I'm just gonna chill and hang out, get some sun. This is cool. I love aviation museums. I really do. This is super cool. Prudence is like, in her next life, she will be a fighter jet. Okay, there's a lot of people here for some reason. Maybe a school trip, I don't know. Okay, let me go park in the sun. Hopefully I'm getting good sun getting down south here, you know? I'm relying on the south to redeem itself. So, all right, let me park where I'm not gonna get any shade. You can see that's the line to get on base. But I have to go in a specific entrance because I have to be signed in. Although I'm in the system, I've been on the Minot Air Force Base, so I should be in the system, but it goes pretty quickly. The line's moving pretty fast, but I still need to check in. So I think maybe that's the check-in area. I don't know, I have to find out. Okay, I'm gonna wait for a little bit. It is now 8:45, so this is great. The museum looks huge. These planes are ridiculous. They're phenomenal. So yeah, so this is another gate over here. So I have to go all the way down to the main gate, down on Watson, check in at the visitor center. They'll give me my printout with my barcode so I can go to the commissary, which is a supermarket, and go to the PX. I'll probably get gas when I'm on there because it's cheap. Actually, gas is only $3 here in Georgia. So either it went down while I was driving or it's just cheaper here than Texas, which is crazy. Nothing's cheaper than Texas. Anyway, so yeah, so I'm just gonna, that line has completely cleared out now. I guess everyone's going to work at 9 a.m. So I am, yeah, just gonna kind of hang out here for half a day and then head down to Florida. So it's about a 4-hour drive, and then I have a call tonight, so I gotta find a Starbucks. I wanna find a museum. Going to a museum. I wanna find a library. If there's one around here, I'll just go to it quickly when I'm done here and then upload. So, okay. All right, just gonna wait for a little bit. See you in a little.
This is where you're at,
okay,
in the Eagle Building. This starts off with China-Burma India campaign during World War II.
Okay.
And goes with the Flying Tigers and goes around and comes out in Korea. There's 2 floors upstairs with static displays. And the women's restroom is down this hall, the men's is down that hall. Each building has a restroom. This building has a gift shop that'll open at 9:30.
Okay.
When you get down here, walk back out and make a left. Go into this hangar here. This is all Vietnam era.
Oh, wow, okay.
8 planes that actually flew in Vietnam. When you're done there, you walk out. There's only one way in, one way out. You make a right, and you look down the hill. You see this amphitheater with flags. Mm-hmm. These 2 buildings. This one is Century Flight, has the SR-71 in it, okay, fastest plane in the world. Also has the altitude record. This plane owns the record. There's other technologically advanced planes in here. There's an A-7 and there's a AC-130 gunship. The fuselage has the guns on the outside. It was used as a trainer. Walk under the U-2 over here. This is World War II Tuskegee Airmen and D-Day.
Okay, so this one is the China, Burma, India Theater of War. The little Spitfire. It's so cute. It's cute but deadly. So there are tons and tons of planes. I'm the only one here, except for the volunteers. This is great. Which way do I want to go? I think I want to go the other way first. Yeah, this cute little, angry little Spitfire. So this museum isn't actually on the base, so you can access it and it's free. It's a free museum and they have a ton of airplanes. They've got Vietnam airplanes. They've got like 4 different buildings and I think 1 hangar. This is fantastic. Oh look, it's British. This is the Luftwaffe. Okay, so this is like German, Nazi. Treaty of Versailles ended World War I. Reduced the German army to 100,000 men. That was good. We want them as less as possible. Anyway, so yeah, so that's what this is. And those are the bombs they were dropping. That is freaking terrifying. It's like, you imagine you just look up to like see what the weather's like and there's things like coming at your face. That's horrible. So I will tell you a funny story. When I found out I was pregnant, I went to the VA hospital in Los Angeles and I was in shock, right? It wasn't expected. And this lady, this 84-year-old lady was sitting across from me and she's just like looking at me and she's like, let me tell you a story. And I was like, I don't really want to talk to anyone right now. And she goes, no, let me tell you a story. So she told me about how in World War II, she worked on a aircraft carrier, and all the women that were in the, she was Navy, and all the women in the Navy had to fold the parachutes for the pilots so that they could either like when they're ejected or if they have to jump out of planes. And she said, so she told me this whole story, and then she said like one day the ship got hit or something, or it crashed, like got a dent in it. And so all the brass from Washington, D.C. came out to, inspect it and stuff, but to make, to kind of make them look good, like make the ship look good, they had all the women start working like the switchboard and the store and all this stuff. So they got moved from doing the heavy duty job, the very, very important job of folding parachutes, to kind of just looking like, pretty little ladies, working in the store. But anyway, then she told me about how she worked for RCA and like she was went through this whole career and then ended up working in like the movies and stuff. And then, and I'm just listening because I'm like, okay, this is a good distraction for me to figure out what I'm going to do, Went in with a pinched sciatica nerve and came out pregnant from the VA. So anyway, so then she goes, and my only regret, and I said, you've lived an amazing life. And she goes, my only regret is that I never had kids. And I just started bawling. I'm like, I'm having my kid. I'm going to have my kid. Which is the greatest thing in the world. My daughter is amazing. But it was just funny that she just sat there and chatted with me and kind of helped relax me from, just the initial, because the initial shock of like, wait, I came in because I thought I broke my pelvis and I went to go do an x-ray. And 30 minutes later, the doctor comes in, hands me crutches and says, congratulations, we're not doing the x-ray today. Go see prenatal. And I'm like, what? So anyway, so that was funny. But yeah, so that's what her job was to fold parachutes. Can you imagine like how nice you have to be to the parachute person? It's like, you do not want to piss those people off. This is great though. There's so much information. This is fantastic. Okay, so now we're heading into the Korean War, which is what the TV show MASH was set in. They were going to do Vietnam, but there was too much, it was still too raw, so they decided to base it in the Korean War instead of Vietnam War. Fun fact. So these are music, big bands. Benny Goodman, Glenn Miller. We've got Rosie the Riveter, course, the women had to, you know, take the helm when it came to helping with the war effort. Army nurse uniform. She's all like sassy posing. I couldn't just make her look like, oh, let's make her look sassy because she's an army nurse. Actually, my aunt was an army nurse. That's how she met my uncle. And then over here we've got women Army Corps uniform. I would be mortified if I had to wear that in the Army. I'm much happier with my ACUs. Actually, I had BDUs and then we switched to ACUs during basic training. So, yeah, look how like completely unconventional and inappropriate for war those uniforms are. It's like, oh, we've got to wear a dress. No, give me some sweatpants. And then WASP flying uniform. Women's place in war. There is also a gift shop that opens at 9:30, so I'll come back to that. Women's restroom. I don't know how to get upstairs. How do I go up? Okay, I'm on the second floor, and it just kind of loops around. There's a third floor. I don't know if you can get up that far. That's really cool. Humans, you know, we may suck and we might be stupid. We're actually not. Apart from the bit where we kill each other. Let's not do that. Let's just make fun stuff. Like, let's all turn like all of these into tiny homes, and that'd be fantastic. All right, now we're getting into electronic warfare, which was actually my official title, was cryptolinguist, electronic warfare specialist. 98 Charlie. I was watching a documentary about the TWA Flight 800 that exploded because of faulty wiring, and they actually salvaged most of the airplane from the ocean off New York and rebuilt it in a hangar to try to figure out. The NTSB, National Transportation Safety Board, had to figure out what happened. And I was like, that was crazy. They literally rebuilt the entire airplane. That's nuts. And to think there's like 4,000 planes going off at any given time, like flying at any given time in the US. I mean, that's a crap ton of planes. I've flown almost 50 times this year on Spirit, so, and those are Airbus 380s, I think. Now I'm walking over to the other hangar, the Neutron exhibit hangar. So there's one hangar here, there's one next door, and then there's some other stuff behind, and there's a school bus. Maybe there's a school trip happening. It's always fun. I always enjoyed those. I enjoy volunteering with Harry at school trips. They're really fun because they're all like super nerdy science kids, so they're real well behaved. Okay. So yeah, there's another one, Century of Flight hangar, so there's a ton of planes in there. So let's see if this one's open. This is what my original Army uniform looked like before they changed them. So this is a bomber. Yeah, these are the older planes. I think these might be Vietnam. I don't know. I think that's the other hangar. This is cool though, they're so big. One here. I love this. I love Vanlife when you can come here on a Tuesday when everyone's at work and you're the only person with this big ass helicopter. What is that? I don't know. There's also the airplane with the fastest like world record is here. I think it's in the next hangar. This is great. Like has that old like military smell, you know, like we just beat the bad guys. So I'm wearing my Army shirt just so that like so I'm gonna go on base. So I'm like, I'm not Air Force. I tried, but Air Force was like, no, go speak to the recruiter for the Army next to me. Because I wanted to join the Air Force originally. Ended up joining the Army. Wasn't a bad thing. Gets me into places like this. This is cool. All right, up and onward. I see Prue. She's so little compared to this big ass plane. There she is. There's my girl in the sun. Yeah, I just got a fridge full of food and I ran out of power last night because I only had like 40% on the Bouge RV and then I had 0 on the Jackery, but then I charged it while I was at Starbucks, which is another reason I want to find a library today so I can just charge my power banks. But the fridge stays cold for about, I don't know, up to 6 hours, 8 hours maybe. It's a really, really good little fridge. Okay, now I'm going to Century of Flight hangar and then the Scott exhibit hangar. So the Century of Flight hangar has the fastest plane in the world. And it's obviously not moving. So it's like, oh, it's just got to sit in a building now. Imagine like if you're like the world champion Olympic gold medalist and then you're like, I'm just going to have a desk job. It's kind of how this plane is now. It's like, oh, I don't get to fly. Okay, now for the big reveal. There's a tank. And there's a bunch of planes. Oh my God. That is the fastest plane in the world. We'll walk over there in a minute. This is really cool. This is very similar. Obviously it's in a hangar, as was the one in Pensacola, but the same thing, like, just that you can get so up close and personal with these planes. It just gives you like the scale of exactly like how big they are or even how small they are. You know, this, you know, little force of nature that can obliterate people. And there's some convention going on over here as well. A bunch of people from the base. I don't want to walk in on that. Okay, so down I go. There's a tank. Army truck. That's what I want. Okay, something like this. It's a Hummer. But I want something like this for my next van build. Like, I mean, it's stealth. No one's going to know that I'm sleeping inside it. That's literally what I want. Just a big ass. Like, I mean, look at those tires. They're at least 4 feet tall. Yeah, Prudence, you know, she's got to have a tank boyfriend. Hummers are pretty good. I actually, for the SUV car living page that I'm on, I have never seen anybody with a Hummer H2 or just a regular Army Hummer converting it into like a camper van. I've never seen one, but that would be something I would do. I mean, it's super wide. You can't really park in a parking space. That's the only downside. Maybe that's why, because it's not very, I mean, it is like super wide. That's ridiculous. It's like 8 feet wide. But see, that would be cool. But you can't get down a lot of like backcountry roads. Never mind, I'm overthinking it. It's like, shut up, Jenny. Okay, there's a, oh, I guess they do like weddings and things here. I don't know. See, that's what I would do. If I ever, which I won't ever, just let you know, just to disclaim, we'll never ever get married. But if I did, I would get married in something like a fuselage or jump out of a plane or something. Something fun, you know, go bungee jumping. I don't know. It's got to be memorable. I don't need to like invite anyone to it. I just want to do something fun with the person I'm marrying. So, but I'm not taking applications, so go away. No, my love is travel right now, unfortunately, for the heartbroken people. I'm just kidding. You do not want to put up with me sometimes. This is the SR-71A Blackbird. It is the fastest plane on this planet. It's probably why aliens don't land. They're like, we cannot outrun this airplane that's completely covered up by the other airplane. Anyway, so yeah, there it is. That is crazy. So years ago, I went to the Rose Bowl when USC was playing Penn State, and they had a stealth bomber flyover, and I had this little like crappy digital point and shoot camera. This was in 2008, I think it was. And I thought I took the most amazing photo of the stealth bomber flying over. So here's a comparison of my photo compared to the actual aerial photo shot that my boyfriend at the time, his friend, had taken that photo. And I was like, yeah, I'm amateur hour, like the worst amateur. So yeah, it was an instant fail. I was like, oh, I didn't get anything. I got like literally the wingtip and that was it. So yeah, so that is the fastest plane on the planet. Okay, here's some fun facts. On July 27 and 28, 1976, 3 U.S. Air Force air crews flying the SR-71 high-altitude reconnaissance aircraft set 3 absolute world speed and altitude records. Our one record absolute speed is still recognized as the fastest humans ever traveled in an aircraft. Spirit Airlines, you need to get on board. So, how fast did they go? Holy crap. What? 2,092 miles per hour. It's like we had a little bit of turbulence and my stomach was in my throat. Like I would I don't get motion sickness, but I would probably like vomit from here till next week if I was on that thing. That is crazy. Okay, well, moving on to a missile or something. That is nuts. Look how big that thing is. That thing has to be like 60 feet long. That's crazy. Okay, how do U-2 pilots eat during a mission? Unable to remove their helmets during a high altitude flight, pilots rely on food tubes. This is what I need for downhill mountain biking. Have you ever tried to like drink water from a bottle when you're, you have a full face helmet on? No. So I would like to, these look nasty. Chocolate pudding. Actually, that's not too bad out of a tube. If it's like macaroni and cheese in a tube, no thank you. It's like, I'll be flying a little bit faster to get home before dinner. So I think these are all the Vietnam planes. Yeah, I think these are Vietnam. We already saw World War II. Yeah, these are the Vietnam planes. And they're restoring a bunch of them. What a fun job. You get to it's like building Legos as a kid and then rebuilding airplanes as an adult. So you can't walk any further in because this is the restoration area. So you can just walk only on this little chained walkway. That's fine. Yeah, they're rebuilding. And they have a flight simulator as well. I guess that's not working right now. This is all restricted, but the Warthog trainer. There was one that you could actually do here, but I guess it's not operating right now. I don't know, maybe if they have an interactive... The Lone Star Flight Museum in Houston is fantastic too. I went there and did a video about it, I don't know, maybe 2 years ago. And they do a little summer camp where they teach the kids to fly from Houston to Galveston or something. And like most of the kids end up in the Gulf of Mexico. They just overshoot the runway. But they teach them like a bunch of different things about how to fix an airplane and all that stuff. So it's really cute. Harriet would love to do something like that. Yeah, really, really fun. So I'm gonna walk up here. And I think I'm gonna go back to the main building and go to the gift shop and then head onto base, go to the commissary, go to the PX just to go to it just because I can, and then head on down to Florida. That's good. So I'll be done here in, I don't know, by 11. So if I find a library in town here, I'll just go upload my video quickly. I don't know. Okay. I'm gonna look at one last plane. The volunteer guy, he must have been in his 80s. I was trying to show him how to use my phone. He's like, you want me to take a picture of you? And he's like, you want to climb around on the planes? I'm like, I don't think, I want to say no. I don't think I'm allowed to do that. So, okay, here's Air Force One. One of Air Force Ones. Yes, this is like 1.0 or something. And there's another missile. It's just, welcome to America. We just got random missiles and stealth bombers just sitting around. That's pretty cool. I don't think you can go in anything. Yeah. It's like when you get, like in Costa Rica, they've got, in the middle of the jungle, there's a plane that crashed or something, and they turned it into an Airbnb. Again, reasons aliens don't land. They just look at us and go, what is wrong with these people? Okay, walking back to the gift shop, and that was great. So let's go on base. Oh, that was a speed bump. Okay, before the entrance, which is to my left, I need to go to my right into the visitor center and go check in. So, all right, let's park over here. Getting good sun. Now I'm getting on base, so that's good. Okay, let's go 1 hour parking. All right, that's fine. Okay, let's go right here. Okay, so I need the same thing in Rhode Island. I need the proof of insurance, the proof of registration, and my valid ID driver's license. But look, well, anyway, that's my registration is on my window. We don't get a letter. So let me take a picture of this. Okay, I'm all registered. I'm gonna have to print out my registration letter. I did get a receipt on my email. Thankfully, I kept the email. So I'm gonna print that out so I have it with me at all times to get on base. All right, let's get on. Let's go shopping or something and get some food and then go to Florida. Okay, I'm on base. So I don't need anything. I just want to come on base because I can. No, actually, the groceries are cheaper. It's always good to stock up. So yeah, this is your basic Air Force base. So as I said on one of the other episodes, the Air Force live in dorms and the Army live in barracks. And the barracks are in a battalion, I think was what it was. So, or our main office was the battalion in our barracks. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So I live in an apartment and I live in a van. Anyway, so yeah, so I'm just gonna drive around. I'm not gonna spend too long here. It took probably about 30 minutes, only because I had to look up that letter. So I'm gonna print out, you need to have, VHIC. So the law changed a couple of years ago that anyone with a VHIC, which is a Veterans Health Identification Card, which is my lifetime medical coverage for the VA, I'm allowed to get on military bases, which is fantastic. And so I don't know internationally, like if I went to Japan, if I can go on Misawa or Yokosuka or Sasebo or any of those places. I don't know if I can do that internationally, but I will try. I will see if I can when I go to Japan. Maybe I'll go see some of my, well, I don't think any of my friends are at Misawa anymore, but just for nostalgic purposes. So I'm just aimlessly driving. Oh, the commissary is this way. So there's a commissary in the PX or the BX. The BX is base exchange, PX is post exchange. And I think on an Air Force base it's PX. And usually you can get, like, it's like a Walmart basically, but they also have like tactical equipment. Nobody sells MREs. When I was in Missouri on Fort Leonard Wood, where I went to basic training, they didn't have any MREs. I wanted a bunch of them for like survival. Although my entire van, I have like 3 coolers filled with survival food. So anyway, okay, let me figure out, I don't know where I'm going. I think the commissary is not this way. Okay, so this is there's a gas station with a Starbucks. There is the commissary, and across the street is the BX. So I'm gonna go to Starbucks first, then I'm gonna get gas, and then I'm going to go, gas is $3.10. It's actually cheaper off base, but $3.10 is pretty good. And then there's the base exchange. So I'm gonna go to the commissary afterwards because that way, if I need to get any groceries. But yeah, let me just pull in. Oh, they have Firestone. Maybe they can check my tires. Yeah, let me go to Firestone first. I just wanted to check the tread to make sure that I don't need to get anything rotated or replaced. They might be able to rotate them here. That would be fantastic, because that way I don't have to wait till I get back to Texas. I am long overdue for a tire rotation. Let me go around here. Let me just go down here. I do not want to park down here. I want to go around. So, what am I doing? All right, let me turn around and go park in the front. I just need them to come out. They have a little machine. You can also get like a quarter, like a coin, and do it that way. But I'm gonna turn around. I feel like they put a ton of thumbtacks out here so they get extra business. Everything's so shiny. It's just the way the asphalt is. Okay, so Firestone. That's great that they have. I've never been on a base where they had a Firestone. That is amazing. I'm just kidding. This is like geeking out on van life, like, oh my god, I can get my oil changed here. It's like, that's my life. So let me just see. They should be able to check the tires. There's a van lifer on blocks. That's kind of sad. I'm like, that will be me one day. Let me double check. Hang on. Hi, excuse me. Are you able to check my tire tread? Just to see if the tire tread, are you able to check it to see if it's okay? Just, yeah, because I need to rotate my tires, but I don't know, I don't have time now, or I don't know if you guys have time, but I want to make sure the front ones are okay. The back ones are brand new. He's just feeling them. He's just using his eye. I've driven this entire country. Do they look all right? Because they're fine.
What are you talking about getting rotation? I mean, you good.
I'm good? Okay. Yeah, I've been driving through the whole entire country. So, yeah, I've been to every state, and I got 3 more national parks to go. I do like adventure research for like disabled veterans and stuff. So, adventure research for disabled veterans and people with, yeah. So I get to play all day. I'm a veteran, so yeah. Army got my spine, so.
Yeah, you
They're
all right?
good?
You good.
Okay. Yeah, I always worry because I'm like, I was through like Wyoming, Montana, all those places. I was like, I don't want to get stranded. So, all right,
Yeah, you good.
we're good. All right, thank you.
Yeah, we're good.
All right, you too. It was very nice. He's like, yeah, okay. All right, let's go get gas, and then let's go to the PX, and let's go to the commissary, and then get out of here and go to Florida. And good news, Cracker Barrel in St. Augustine allows parking overnight. So we are 2 for 2 on free parking and not getting the knock. Oh, is he gonna let me go? You gonna go? Thank you. There are some, I tell you something, Southern Georgia, Mid Georgia, you guys aren't very nice. Northern Georgia and like near North Carolina, nicest people on the planet. So, all right, let's get gas. So the PX has a food court, and then I'm gonna go over here to get Starbucks and then walk back over. All right, I got my Frappuccino. I'm gonna go in and see, maybe I can get some storage stuff. So let's go in the PX and then go to the commissary. Yeah, so it's basically a Walmart. Things are cheaper. I do need toothpaste and travel stuff. Things for people with jacked up spines. It's like, military broke my neck. I'm just kidding. They actually did. On the go PPE kit. It's too funny. All right, I need stuff. I could get stuff here. Let me get a shopping cart. Welcome to the South, where they're selling AR-15s at the PX. If you want to buy an assault rifle, it's just right there. You just have to be born after 2005. Anyway, this is my kind of aisle. This is the camping aisle. So I'm gonna get some stuff for camping, which I'm not gonna do in a while. Okay, and there's fishing rods and things, which I've done one time in Gulf Shores, Alabama. I fished one time off a boat. It was really difficult. So they have military clothing down here. You can also ride, put your kid in a little airplane. All right, I'm done. It's lunchtime. Burger me. I don't want a burger. I'm not a burger person. It has to be like a really good one. Anyway, okay, so that was good. I got a few things. And I got some keychains. I got one that said Space Force. So, all right, let's get out of here. I think I'm just gonna head to Florida right now. I have a call at 12:30 with the VA. And then, yeah, I'm just gonna head down. Just get down there early, find a library, find a Starbucks, do my thing, and get out of here. So thank you, Robins Air Force Base. You were fantastic. All right, I crossed into Florida and immediately I see palm trees. There are no palm trees on the Georgia side at all until you literally cross over. I can tell you right now, it's very hot down here, but it feels really nice. It's not even humid. So I need to get a sun pass sold in vending machines. So I'm gonna be doing the whole loop of Florida, like all the way down to Key West and then back up, and then taking the boat to Dry Tortugas. So I need to get a toll pass because so far I've only gotten toll invoices from 2 states. The rest I paid cash, and I'm pretty sure I'm missing a couple states and I don't know. Anyway, oh, there's a Publix here. That's a Florida shopping center. So let me go in and go past the Dolphin. So yeah, so this is one place I've never stayed in. So tonight when I'm in St. Augustine, I'll be able to put a little sleepy cloud. So the other state I haven't stayed in the van in is Missouri, but that's fine. Okay. I thought this was a supermarket. All right, let me get a sun pass. And they have drinks as well. All right, they have a ton of brochures and things. Jacksonville, also called Actionville. So, oh, campsites, that would be useful. I don't need hotel coupons, but I will get that anyway. There we go. Visitor's Guide, Panama City, Pensacola, which I already went to. Visit Florida, Camp Florida. Okay, I've got that one. Tallahassee, which I'm not going to go to until the way back. I'm not going to go to until the way back. I cannot speak. That orange juice was really good. It just gave me free orange juice. Koa? No. Koa's like the RV parks. They're really expensive. Sometimes they're like, I don't know, $50. Ooh, Lighthouse and Maritime Museum. I'm not going to have any time in St. Augustine to do anything. Free map of area attractions. Okay, so I still have 2 hours to go, so I'll get there about 6 o'clock. And then I have to call Harriet, so, okay, cool. All right. So these are by Central, Southwest, Southeast. and Busch Gardens, Florida attractions. It's just like one giant vacation spot. So these are the same as the other side. Snorkeling and scuba, that's what I want to do. I have snorkeling equipment. Maybe I'll do that when I'm in Dry Tortugas. And that's it. Florida Attractions Official Map and Guide. I'm old school. Okay, cool. When you walk in, they're like, welcome to Florida. Would you like some juice? I'm like, yes, I would like all the juice. Okay, Florida. All right, it's 9:20 p.m. and I am in St. Augustine, Florida, which is just south of Actionville. It's the nation's oldest city. Did not know that. So, you know, in terms of American version of old, it's not really that old. So I'm going to the Cracker Barrel, which is sending me down all these commercial industrial estate streets, but it should be down here. And I called ahead of time and they were like, yeah, you can stay. Just don't park where people park to eat. Just park on the side. So that's fantastic. Anyone that says Florida is difficult, and I think it's people that are like, well, I don't want to just stay to Cracker Barrel. I want to stay in like a tropical paradise. I'm like, well, unfortunately, tropical paradise is not available. And why is it sending me this way? Oh, Cracker Barrel's down there. Sorry. It's back there. It's right next to the discount tire, which is great because then tomorrow morning, I don't know, I need to get my air taken out of my tires a little bit because the change in temperature, the air pressure has changed, which happened. So this is my Cracker Barrel. So I am perfectly fine. I went like 2.5 years really without, or 2 years without staying at any Walmarts or Cracker Barrels. But as I got into places like Colorado and places where you can no longer sleep at rest areas, I found that it's fine and Cracker Barrel's fine and I'm the only person here. So Florida's easy. I mean, I don't set up shop. I don't do like the whole camping out and stuff. I'm like, no, I just really, and here's the RV parking. I just want to, you know, just sleep somewhere and then go to my next spot. I'm not all about setting up shop and camping for a few days in one location. That's not really my thing. I have, but it's all been on BLM land. But it's like, anyway, this is great. Look, RV and bus parking. This is fantastic. Oh my God, Cracker Barrel. So this is my home, but I'm actually going to park off in the back in case other RVs come in. Because it is still kind of early. It's only 9:20. I don't want to be next to someone that has a giant generator. So I think I'm probably going to park over in the corner under that light bulb. And that way if I have to move, I can. But ideally, I don't want to get like some, you know, humonga RV. Or I can just park under that light. That's under a tree though. Okay, this is great. This is my home.